Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today we're going to take a look at a Husqvarna 120i battery-powered chainsaw. Customer complaint is that it runs erratically. It's kind of hard to tell, but it doesn't feel right. And I'm just going to compare it to this other saw that I got laying around. You may not be able to see the difference in my finger pulling on the trigger and the results. But it's definitely there. They don't feel the same. There's some kind of intermittent operation of the trigger. It doesn't appear to be in the brake switch. And banging it on the bench didn't help either. So we're going to clean this thing up a little bit, open it up, and see what's inside. I mean, we kind of tested the battery there. We ran it in a second unit. And if it had a bad battery and it needed a new one, dead batteries are free of charge. So let's get the handle off of here first. The only thing I want to point out about this whole operation is that that first screw I took out, it's different than the rest of them. So, what's the most Canadian battery? AAA. What do Germans call a dead battery? 9 volt. Nine volt. Stupid. Really stupid. Alright, let's get this case off of here. We got a few screws to go yet. What battery makes the best snack? Lithiums. Because they're yummy. Okay. Had a little bit of dirt in that one. We couldn't get the screw out of there. Once you get all the screws out, I think I got them all out. We just lift the cover off the top. It's a little sticky. I mean, it hasn't been off of there since it was new. But there it is. There's a lot of dirt in there. Yikes. We're going to clean that up a little bit because, you know, that it looks like it's wet or oily. We don't need it shorting anything out inside there. The switch itself is sealed, so I don't think the dirt affected it. I think it's just a bad switch. So that piece right there, that is the switch. Trigger just pushes on that plunger. And really all we need to do is pop those 2 wires off of there and install a new switch. Here's our part number. Now, this intermittent operation certainly could have been something else. When I blew all that debris out of there, I took a close look at all the connections. There was nothing loose. And I have seen these switches go bad before, and the units operated and acted the same way. So we're guessing that it's a switch. I can't hook this up to a computer and have it tell me that it's a switch. So we just got to go by our past experiences on this one. There we go. Fumbled with it a bit, but there it is. So here's our trigger, and it's got a plunger rod on it that just pushes on that switch. That's it. On and off. This doesn't have variable speed. Now the piece that I'm fumbling with now is the operator presence button. It has to be pushed in order to allow that trigger to pull. There's a spring behind it. You kind of get it all lined up and balanced in place where it belongs, and then drop the cover over the top of it. Just that simple. You want to make sure that the top piece there, that the battery slides in, that tray is lined up properly. So this elderly couple is sitting in church, and the lady says to her husband, "Oh, I just let out one of those silent farts. What do I do?" And the husband says to her, "Change the batteries in your hearing aid." Apparently it wasn't so silent. Okay, we're on screw number 5. And I'm out of jokes. So we got that going for us. You know, these screws, they're just going into plastic, so don't get carried away. I have the clutch on this tool set probably on number 3. And that's where, on this snap-on driver, where I usually keep it when I'm driving screws into plastic. And the nice thing about this driver is once you stop turning it, it stays locked. So then you can manually crank the tool a little tighter or looser, depending on what you're doing. So the handle, again, this screw stayed in the handle when we took it apart. And this screw up here has just got a little different shape to the head. So that was going to go up top. So that's all I'm going to have for you on the Husqvarna 120i battery-powered chainsaw trigger switch replacement. Thanks for watching. Later.